I know. That's what I keep saying this to myself. I'm like, oh my gosh. I feel like I am not documenting enough about how absolutely ridiculous my life has been in the last 3 years. I just keep trying to like hide from it. I just keep trying to like just like make everything work. Like, how can I get the video done? How can I get my work done? It's crazy. Oh, it was profound and you're never going to hear it. So I have to go.
Cheers to you, this moment that I'm so glad is here. I'm so happy that this is finally done and out there for you guys. Thank you so much. I've been holding in my tears for 5 hours. Thank you so much for helping make my dreams come true every single day. Yay! Yay! Cheers to you guys. Thank you.
331 of the Ask Gary V show. Amy is back in the building. I'm going to allow her to introduce herself to the Vayner Nation in a minute, talk about this lovely book. And it's really good to see you, Amy.
It's great to see you, Gary. Thanks for having me.
Amy, what do you do when you're sick and you're still trying to be productive? This has always been a little bit of a conundrum for me because, and forgive my cockiness, I don't really ever get sick. The only times I remember being super sick were extreme situations, like a really bad hangover or the swine flu. I never get the flu. I've never gotten the flu shot. Hot topic, I know. We moved out. Oh my gosh. Amy TV's moving, y'all.
One of the things that has been on my mind a lot in this moving process is how much I'm going to miss filming in this spot. That I found to be the easiest way to chat with my friends. And it just feels weird that this is gonna be gone. I'm very excited for what the next chapter holds, but never has my video background been such a variable as it is about to become.
Ben.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
Where to even begin? So welcome to Vlogmas. I actually have had this first section of the video edited for like a month because I had this idea of how I wanted to open up Vlogmas. From the moment I took that first clip with my team on, there has just been this feeling like I wanted to bring you up to speed about like behind the scenes. And everything has really been so moving and variable and different and weird and planned but not always executed the way that I would have liked in the last 3 years. It's like basically as soon as we moved out of our apartment, that big apartment that we had with the classic bookcase, things have just been like I never really hit my stride anywhere. Things were pretty good in the house that we bought, what ended up becoming the COVID house. We never really had a sweet spot. And then by the time I really feel like I did, we ended up selling the house. And I've talked to you about that already. And then we just moved down here super randomly, found a property in Florida and found out I was pregnant. And so now that we've kind of like been down here and also traveling because we have a baby and family members want to see the baby, we haven't really hit our stride here either. So all of this was to say, and I guess still is, all of this was to say that we've decided to rent another home. I know, I move all the time. I know. So what happened was we were traveling during Bianca's sort of like sleep regression phases. If you're a parent, you know that any progress whatsoever you've ever made on sleeping in the first 3 months of their life completely goes to crap when they're 4 and 5 months old. And so during that time, we were in Columbus visiting my family. We were in Connecticut visiting Vin's family, back in Columbus, back in Connecticut. Kind of had to do with some special events that we were going to and just trying to stay up north. So we weren't dragging the baby on planes all the way back down south and all the way back up north if we were already going to be back and forth there. I was just in general struggling and I couldn't wait to be home. But I don't know if you have figured this out about me yet. As much as I love to be home and I love to have my space and I love to have my stuff figured out and I love knowing what I'm going to do when I wake up in the morning and having all of my accoutrements and my environments and whatever, I don't get super attached to actual places. Like I don't miss my childhood home, which works out great because my parents don't live there anymore. I don't miss any homes I had. I do miss that apartment though, a little bit. Like, oh my God, we had the most stunning sunrise every day. Irreplaceable because of how flat Ohio is and you just could see for miles and miles and miles because we were on the 9th floor. Like it's just amazing. But mostly I don't miss places. And so for me, it was just like about having my space. I didn't care where that space was. And to take you back even further, because if you're still watching right now, then you're really going to enjoy Vlogmas. If you're not watching anymore, that's okay because Vlogmas is not going to be the usual programming around here for a multitude of reasons. We'll get to that later. To take you back even further, Vincenzo, if you guys remember way back when he proposed to me in 2016, he was living in Connecticut near his family. I was living in Columbus near my family. And I said, you know, if we're going to get married, you've got to come move in with me. Like you have to move here. I had a lot of local commitments. Like that was kind of that was really, it wasn't an excuse. I actually had a lot of stuff going on locally that I was like, you need to come here. I can't just like drop everything I've got going on here. I was on multiple boards. I was doing a lot of stuff. And so he moved to Columbus for me. He stayed in Columbus with me for, I think it ended up being 5 years. That really worked out great, especially when my brother passed away. Just for me to be able to still be around my family as much as possible, especially at that moment in time. We did Columbus for a long time. And as a matter of fact, when we bought that house, you guys might remember, like I was a little hesitant about that house that we bought. I was a little hesitant because it was a fixer-upper, okay? Now, unbelievably, because of the market, was the best purchase we could have ever made, ever, because of what we turned it around for. But anyway, that's beside the point. I was very hesitant about that house, but because my husband liked it and wasn't making us leave Columbus, I was like, okay, fine, I'll deal with this. And I hate to put it that way, but I mean, it really was, I was kind of excited that he was excited about staying a little bit longer. Like I knew it was, you know, things would change. It wasn't forever, but the Florida thing just was super, super random. And we ended up down here and it was a great place for me during pregnancy, like being quarantined, having warm weather, walking every day, fabulous. But being away from everyone, especially finding out you're having a kid, not ideal. So during this 4-month, 5-month sleep regression where I was very stressed and thinking about how I just wish I was home, and then I was thinking, wow, we're always going to have to go visit Mimi and Papa in Columbus and Nono and Nonna in Connecticut. And that sucks. I don't want to do that. That's a lot of travel. So it's like, it just felt right that we had to just maybe try one of them out. And that's essentially what we're doing. So we were supposed to be in Connecticut by Thanksgiving Day. Sorry, I have so many hairs falling out of my head right now because of postpartum. It's sad. So we were supposed to be in Connecticut, ready to move into our place on Thanksgiving Day, go have Thanksgiving dinner, roll out the new mattress, like do the whole thing. Well, that was yesterday. And as you can see by this white wall and gray chair, or take my word for it, we're still in Florida. Because if you haven't noticed, I got the Rona. That's right. That's right, folks. If you can't hear it in my voice, 10 minutes into this rant, which is the even more fascinating. I know you're not going to believe me, but even more fascinating that the beginning portion of this edit, I included this whole saga of like me being sick in February and me reflecting on it 3 months ago, going like, oh my gosh, did I have the Rona then? And I didn't know. And I probably did, because I came back from New York on that trip. So crazy to me that I am now at the end of the vlog. All plans have gone to hell in a handbasket because I finally have documented proof after 2 years of this pandemic. Three years of this pandemic. I finally got it. I got the Rona. Oops. Now, Vincenzo can be very upset with me, but it's actually his fault, so he's not. He had an amazing opportunity with a brand to go to Hawaii, and it was a very last minute decision, and this is a lesson for everybody. It was a very last minute decision, and we said absolutely, and I said, go, I'll be fine, me and the baby will be fantastic, I want you to go. I've never been to Hawaii. I would have loved to go, but it was too much for me to even think about traveling. We're packing and all this kind of stuff. I was like, you know what, you need to go on this trip. And he did, and he came back, and he was sick. So that's how that works, folks. Wear your mask. So all three of us, I'm just assuming Bianca has it. She's got some symptoms. She's doing just fine. She doesn't have any labored breathing. She's really been a trooper. As a matter of fact, her symptoms were worse before mine. Mine really, I only had a positive test yesterday. Today, my throat is on fire. My cough is productive and it's awful. But she's just like totally coming out of it. So we, of course, canceled our flight. So we're still here. We're still packing because Parkinson's law, everything takes up the amount of time you give it. And we gave ourselves extra days by being sick. So we're packing. I still have furniture. All of our stuff is shipped. Our car is gone. We can't do anything. Everything is in Connecticut waiting for us. Our stuff is still here because the home is still furnished. Like, we still intend to keep it. So I can still sit. That's good news. I wouldn't be able to do that in Connecticut because our place doesn't have furniture yet. Oh my God. I think the biggest reason I wanted to sit down and also kick people out of the room if they are uninterested, which I am completely understanding of, because this is not your standard programming here on Amy TV. I don't even have makeup on for you. I did throw some mascara on. You're welcome. I just wanted to have a sit down because I feel like Vlogmas is an invitation for me to just connect with you guys during the holidays without having a very, very, very tall order of content to come up with. And I know that sounds messed up. I have a few video ideas, but I also just like, I'm going to be in so much limbo for a little while. I'm not going to have a set, and you'll notice I care a lot about that. I talked a lot about it in this video from 2018 when I said I'm moving out of here. My set's going to be kind of variable for a while. Oh my God, like, way to manifest that, Amy. The set was hard. You know, the neon sign set was definitely a favorite for me for a long time. I don't know if I'm going to do that again. I don't know if it makes sense. But it was fun. It was fun, and I felt like I could do it in that house. But, you know, I always get really, I like to deliver value in the most quality way possible here. And sometimes I get in my own way when I could communicate with you more about things because the level of quality is not what I would like it to be. And so I feel like Vlogmas is my invitation to just chill out for a minute. I don't have a set. I don't have a plan. I have a vlogging camera. Actually, I'm using a nicer camera than that right now just because I accidentally shipped my vlogging camera in the pod. Oops. Didn't see the vlogging coming apparently. But I just kind of need a moment to be able to like keep practicing and talking with you. I always think of this as like delivering while practicing, because the more I talk to the camera, the more I get my reps in, and that's one of the things that matters in my world, is being able to talk to you more, and the more I talk to you, the better I get at it. So I want to get those reps in. I want to be able to chat with you. I want to be able to see what's happening with you in the comments. I want to hear how your holiday season's going. I want to share the transition for us. And I think Vlogmas, like I said, is just a good opportunity to do that. So I'm basically telling you now, the next month is going to be really different. It'll be really cool if I can keep up with this every day. But is that the long and short of it? I think that's the long and short of it. Now, what's on my mind today? I feel like we got sick for a reason. Like, so many reasons. Like, first of all, our place was supposed to be ready in Connecticut, but it's not. So, like, it's just funny because we were going to rush there and it wasn't ready yet. Not that we don't have a place to stay, but our place wasn't ready yet. So it's kind of like, well, and we accidentally got sick and needed more time to not fly anyway. So that's kind of suspect. But the other thing, the thing that's particularly on my mind today, is I had a vision for our family holiday card this year, especially with everything that's going on. God, yes, I think about these things so hard. So with just the fact that we came down to Florida, we moved here, everybody was like, what the freak? Are you serious? You're doing what? And I was like, yeah, sorry. Like, that's like the ongoing saga of my life, in case you didn't know, is that people do not know how to put me in a box. People do not know how to put me in a box. They don't understand. They don't understand somebody that moves too much. They don't understand somebody who doesn't go get a normal paycheck from a brick and mortar shop. They don't understand. Like, nobody knows how to put me in a box. Worse off, my husband, you also cannot put in a box. We are both very not boxable. We are unemployable and unboxable. Like, it's crazy. Like, we are just very different. And so having these conversations with people, it makes them crazy. One of the things that people could not quite comprehend was we moved to Florida. But I just thought, what better way to make a holiday card at the end of the year than to recap the year, right? You know how some people like write like updates about their family on their holiday card? They'll be like, oh, Susie went to preschool and blah, 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 blah. Like, I just feel like I like to summarize it very quickly with a photo, with a story, visually on our family holiday card. I thought, wouldn't it be nice if at least our holiday card had a very like palm tree look? I love our back patio. We have these beautiful palm trees. I love our back patio furniture. Like, everything's just, it just feels very homey for Florida for me. And I just thought, what if the three of us are just in the backyard, you know, like in our photo, and that would really feel like 2022 for me recapped. And so I need to get that photo, because I was like trying to get it last week before I thought I was leaving yesterday. But it rained and rained and rained all week. And I was like, well, it's clearly not destiny for us to get this photo. But then the universe gave me the Rona. So we are still here. It is partly cloudy. So either today or tomorrow, I would like to get this photo of the three of us in the backyard so that we have a holiday card for this year. Because otherwise it just will feel like lazy. I don't like to have a lazy holiday card. I like for our holiday cards to be beautiful and exciting, and that people love to see them when they get them. And it's the first card that Bianca's going to be on. Ah, I love that. I love that. I love that. And I just want it to be really special. Anyway, so I have big dreams for this. I think it's going to happen. I'm going to make it happen today. And let the Vlogmas festivities begin. Somehow, I packed everything, but found something to wear, which is amazing. We are just about ready to take our family photo. I've pulled it out. I may not look sick, but oh, I am. This dress I've been meaning to wear here in Florida for so long, but never got a chance. It's from one of those just little shops in Italy. And I never wore it, not one time. But for our Florida family photo, we're doing it. We're doing it. we're doing it. We just love just a light, flowy look for this. Okay. So this is our little anti-Rona photographer. I'm going to set my phone right there, and with my fun little travel light slash tripod contraption on top of a bar stool, forgive the air conditioning sounds, we're gonna take a nice picture, I think, right here. In about 1 hour, it'll be a little bit more orange in the sky, and I think it's gonna look really nice. And this is our little Florida backyard. So here's hoping it turns out. Yes, Bianca.